So a lot of you guys might have gotten this email from Google recently saying they've updated their terms of service, and man, is it concerning. Huge shout out to Jen's 2 cents for making this Twitter post, but basically she was talking about some of the concerning things that she noticed in this terms of service post, where they specifically tell parents and guardians to review the updated terms with their children and help them decide whether changes need to be made to their accounts. It also reminds parents that they are responsible for their child's activity on Google services. I think you guys probably know where this is going. If you don't agree with the new terms, Google says you should remove your content and stop using its services, including the option to close your Google account. If your children use Gmail, YouTube, Google Docs, Classroom, or other Google services, it may be worth taking a few minutes to read the updates together before they take effect. So one of the things that they talk about is verifying your age with a credit card. They say that it may place a temporary authorization request on your card, not a charge, to confirm the card is valid. The authorization can remain pending for 1 to 4 business days, depending on your bank. This is obviously in accordance with all the ID age verification laws that are going on right now, but they are trying to offer you a better solution by verifying your age with a credit card, which is obviously a lot less invasive than a driver's license or an AI facial scan, but still pretty bad. According to Google, your credit card information may be used to confirm your card is current and valid and confirm you're old enough to access certain content, features, or services. Obviously, we know that Google is for ID age verification, unfortunately, specifically on YouTube, where they have essentially forced ID age verification down our throats, right? Well, Google also states that if you enter your credit card info for age verification, Google will retain this data as necessary to meet legal and regulatory requirements. They are going to be keeping the data that they get from your credit card. Google doesn't say in this section exactly how long that data will be retained or what specific legal or regulatory requirements determine the retention period, only that it will be kept as necessary to comply with those obligations. So they tell you word for word, yeah, we're going to be taking your credit card info, and they don't even specify for how long. These updated terms paint a picture of where the digital world appears to be heading: more age verification, more identity verification, more parental oversight requirements, and more situations where users may be asked to provide government IDs, selfies, credit cards, or digital IDs to access online services. Whether you see that as a necessary step for child safety, compliance with new laws, or a broader shift toward digital identity, it's worth taking the time to read these updates before clicking agree. So here's a screenshot of the terms of service that she is talking about. And as you can see over here, it'll say that if you enter your credit card info for age verification, Google can use it to confirm your credit card is current or valid, confirm you're old enough. And if you enter your credit card info, Google will retain this data as necessary to meet legal and regulatory requirements. She did not make this up. This is actually in the Google terms of service. So myself, I've actually received the email as well. And pretty much anyone who has Google accounts should be receiving this email. And like I said, there are quite a lot of concerning things in this terms of service update here. So they have some like basic stuff, right? Like, okay, these are the services that we provide. Make sure that you yourself are respecting others. Don't like abuse or harm others or whatever. But they also have some stuff about not abusing their services. And some of the stuff they listed here I thought was a little weird. Like, for example, they said accessing or using our services or content in fraudulent or deceptive ways, such as misleading others into thinking that generative AI content was created by a human. Isn't that a rampant problem on YouTube that you guys refuse to address? And here's another one over here: using AI generated content from our services to develop machine learning models or related AI technology. Hello, Google. Hello, YouTube. Don't you guys do that with our content? You guys actually do that with our content without even asking us if it's okay. I've already made several videos on this where YouTube has been proven to be training their AI models off of your videos and even off of your songs. So you might be wondering what happens if you don't agree to the terms of service, right? So they say over here, if you don't follow these terms of service or the service specific additional terms, and we don't take action right away, that doesn't mean we're giving up any rights that we may have, such as taking action in the future. So basically they're saying, even if they don't notice you breaking these terms of service right now, they might actually do something to you later. And it's, quite hypocritical over here, because as I went over, they were talking about the fact that they don't want you to use their services to train your own AI models. And yet that's exactly what they do with our own videos and songs without even asking us for permission. And honestly, I wish that was it, but there's actually a lot more. So again, shout out to Jen. Google's updated age languages deserve a much closer look, especially for parents. Buried in their terms of service is a very clear shift. If your child uses Google services, those terms apply to you, and Google says you are responsible for your child's activity. It also points parents towards Family Link for younger children, while noticing some services carry separate age requirements, including YouTube age restricted content and 18 plus requirements for ads, AdSense, and analytics. And here's the part parents should not miss. Google says if it determines an account may not meet the age requirement, the user has 14 days to update the account or it may be disabled. This is not just a click agree update. This is parent/child digital responsibility language. Read it clearly. So as you can see over here, it says if you're under the age required to manage your own Google account, you must have your parent or legal guardian's permission to use a Google account. Please have your parent or legal guardian read these terms with you. If you are a parent or legal guardian and you allow your child to use these services, then these terms apply to you and you're responsible for your child's activity on the services. Some Google services have additional age requirements as described in their service-specific additional terms and policies. So obviously, if you don't want your parents to have control of your account, you are going to be having to provide some type of age verification to Google. Below are the minimum age requirements to manage your own Google account. For younger children, parents can help create and manage a Google account with Family Link. When a child reaches their country's minimum age, they can manage their own account. Again, when a child reaches their country's minimum age, how are they going to prove that, right? Well, they're going to have to give Google their sensitive information, such as their credit card information, which Google has now confirmed that they will actually be keeping for an unspecified amount of time. But hey, we're mostly over here to talk about YouTube, right? So let's get into the YouTube part of it. Some Google services have specific age requirements. Here are a few examples. When a YouTube video has been age restricted, a warning screen is displayed and only users who are 18 and older can watch it. Learn more about age restricted videos. So they talk about AdSense, Google Ads, and Google Analytics are 18 plus, but they left out a lot of information on other things that you can't do unless you give YouTube an ID if they determine that you're under 18. You guys already know this is something we went over many times, but standard and intermediate features are things that you can unlock without having to give YouTube an ID. So things like creating a playlist, uploading videos, and stuff like that. Well, if you want to make videos over 15 minutes, custom thumbnails, stuff like that, then you have to verify a phone number. But there's also a plethora of features that you cannot access if YouTube marks you as under 18 without handing over an ID, a facial scan, or anything like that. And that is appealing content ID claims, external links and video description, embed live streams, create more live streams daily, create more shorts daily, A/B testing of titles and videos, upload more videos daily, and eligible to apply for monetization. So you cannot make money on YouTube without handing over an ID. So I feel like they didn't actually describe all of the things that you're going to be missing on YouTube if you don't hand over an ID. And by the way, I didn't even go over the full list of the advanced features. There's actually a lot more than that. You can't pin comments on videos and posts if you don't hand over an ID if YouTube marks your account as under 18. Think about that. You can't add a related video to your YouTube short. You can't add chapters to your videos. I mean, there's so many features that you will be losing if YouTube does not have your ID. So I think that the way that they phrased it to make it seem like, don't worry, you're just going to be losing like AdSense, Google Ads, whatever, and you can't watch restricted videos. Obviously, we don't want kids to be seeing that type of stuff. Actually, you're going to be losing a lot more features than that. And what if you're not old enough, right? So disabled account due to age requirement. Across Google services, if we learn that you may not be old enough to have a Google account, you'll have 14 days to update your account to meet age requirements or your account will be disabled. So to access age-restricted content and features, obviously you're going to have to verify your age. Now, how is that done? Well, before we get into that, let's go and read this over here. Laws in certain regions may require app stores to verify users' ages, obtain parental approval, and provide users' age information to developers. Yep, they have to give your information over to the developers. Not all verification options are available for all accounts. So some of the options are an ID, selfie. I don't know how you can use an email address for age verification. That part doesn't make sense to me, but credit card and digital ID are options as well. But mainly the way they want you to do it is the driver's license, right? Because that is going to be the fastest way that they can verify that you are you, and that is also going to be the fastest way that they can harvest your biometric data. So yeah, that is that is Google's updated terms of service, and especially relating to YouTube. I feel like they left out a lot of important information. I totally agree with Jen. Please be careful when you are reading these terms of service. And hopefully this doesn't lead to more digital ID laws in the future, especially regarding Google and YouTube. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.